Hey folks, Garrett Monroe here from Hiram College Tech in Trek. Today in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about Microsoft Sway, how you can access Sway, what it does, how you can make some basic edits, and how you can publish. Now Sway is a fantastic tool that everybody has access to through their hiram.edu account. There's many ways to get to it. And there's an app, for instance. You could download the app. But today I want to cover the browser version. So I like to use the web browser version. And that's simply because it's going to be the same on any device. So while I'm on my iPad today, you can access Sway or any of your Office 365 apps from any device. That is your home computer, a laptop, even a smartphone, or of course your iPad Pro. My weapon of choice here is Google Chrome. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Chrome. Now you could try another browser such as Safari or Firefox, but we're going to be working in Chrome today. And where I like to point people is just to go to office.com. Office.com is the dashboard for logging in with your Hiram account. So I've already logged in here with my Hiram account, but it's going to prompt you to log in. It's just your standard Hiram email, and then you log in. And then it's going to give you this dashboard view of all of the documents you've been working on recently. And on the left, it gives you a toolbar of all your Microsoft 365 apps you can open up here right in the browser. Now, my version is on dark mode. That's why it's a little darker. And so you can, of course, tap that on here in the control panel. This might look a little more familiar. I like the dark mode. I'm going to turn that back on. So now over on the left, you're going to navigate down from Word all the way to the bottom. I'm looking for this S in the teal, and that's going to be my Microsoft Sway. Now, again, I'm still just here in the browser, and from here, I'm able to start from a number of different places. So you can see my recent Sway files here, quite a few of them, and then you can also, of course, pin them if you're working on a particular project, like you might be for this course. There's other options as well. 3 other ways to start a Sway. The first is, of course, to start a new blank Sway. That's this button, this big tile button here. The second one is to start from an existing document. This is very cool if perhaps you're working on a research paper or a brochure or even a PowerPoint. Any other Microsoft file you can turn into a Sway. What is a Sway? If we hadn't hit it already, a Sway is basically a website. This is a very quick way of publishing a very attractive looking website. Now the third option for creating a Sway is through templates. So here on the far right hand of this bar we have a variety of templates that give us a sense of different options for how we can build a Sway. So I'm going to click on the blog template, and we can get a sense for what using this website or this template will look like. It starts with this big photo at the top, and then it scrolls down. It's really about rich media here, photos in particular, mixed with some text. It's got a twit or a Twitter, or what do they call it? A tweet here embedded in the file, and it's sort of just a preview. And if I like this one, I can go ahead and click Start Editing this Sway, and it's going to take me right into the editor. So here it allows me to start editing exactly what this thing looks like. Let's jump in here into these tile cards and see what it looks like. So the primary way of navigating between edit and view mode is up here on the left with storyline versus design tab. I'm going to click on design, and that actually gives me a live view of what this website's going to look like once I publish it. You can see my edits have already come through. Now I can also tap directly on this site in my design view, and I can edit it right over top. So maybe I just want to say Garrett Sway demo. I want to make some adjustments after I, take a look at it in the actual published view. So that's pretty cool. Now I want to give you a look at some other templates just to give you a sense of the diversity of presentation. So if I click on the DIY project template, that's going to give me a look at a very different looking Sway. As you can see, this one has a kind of lookbook or a coffee table view, contrasting or juxtaposing a text with a big photo here. So if your presentation is a little bit more like a story or a step-by-step process, or you kind of just like this look of a view book with these photos stacked up, this is a good place to start. So again, these templates are a handy way. You might just take a little time to go through these templates to get a sense for what you can do or what might be the best starting point for your project. Now, how about some existing sways? So these are sways that other folks at Hiram have created. Professor Ryan here has created a sway for some of his landscape painting. He used that same template we were just looking at, and he's really highlighting, as you can see, his YouTube videos are coming together quite nicely on these sways. Let's see if they still load. And there it is, we're right in YouTube. So as you can see, Sway really handles a diversity of media exceptionally well. Here was a project from another student, The Poverty Gap in Education. I think this was a project from another sociology course. And you can see the author here writing quite a bit about some research, bringing in data tables, then bringing in some literature review style text, and bringing in some photos to really bring the story to life. Now, of course, the beauty of a works cited down here as well, so we can get a feel for those academic skills and present our sources. So the beauty of this, as opposed to a research paper, is it's perhaps a little more engaging. It's certainly a little more media rich, tells a story a little better perhaps, and it's much easier to share. So of course you can click on share and you can just copy this link and send it to anybody. A little harder to do with a traditional Word document and so on. Well, let's get in a little more into actually editing a sway here. So if I come back to my sway dashboard and I want to come into an existing sway, perhaps I already started here, my Hiram College Northwoods Field Station sway. I started a while ago. As you can see, I added a photo, and I want to make some edits. I've already pointed out how to get started here. Up in the upper left, you've got the two main navigation tabs, Storyline and Design. Storyline, once again, allows you to go through this editor and begin adding, removing, and editing what they call cards, these content cards here. And so you can hit this plus button to add a new card at any point in your timeline in between cards. So say I want to add, another text card here. I could certainly come in here and make a bit of a point about learn about the outdoors. How about this? Outside learning at its best. Okay, now I can go to design, tap on the upper left, and I can see my text has appeared here, pretty standard. Now if I tap on that and I want to maybe emphasize it, I can make it a little bigger. Look at that. All right, that looks a little different. Now I can also edit it in a different way, perhaps accent it, in a way that I want to look a little better. So maybe I want that to be italics, and so forth. I can also go back to design here and edit it in this fashion as well. And of course I can pick it up and move it by holding and pressing and sliding it like so. Down here, the same goes for these grouped images I have stacked here. I can pick them up and slide them around as well. And these are just the images I've uploaded here. If I tap on one, I can upload them from the web, or indeed I could click on my device, open up Photo Library, and upload photos just that way. Now, if you wanted to upload content from an existing document, maybe you have been working in Microsoft Word, you're simply going to come in here and navigate to the content you want to upload. So now it's syncing in a very large document, a Word document that I've worked on previously into my space. Now down here, I've actually uploaded a YouTube video link that I took up at Northwoods, and that was actually uploaded as a media, as an embed here, an embed link from YouTube. So if you're working with video, that's how that comes out. So there's a lot of options for moving things around. I find it fairly intuitive. Sometimes you have to reload. Sometimes you have to try again. Sometimes you get stuck and it's not clear exactly how to make things look the way you want them to look. restarting your device or opening and closing, your browser or closing all your other tabs. I've got all these tabs open, often helps troubleshoot those things. You can also try it on another device if you're really stuck. And you can, of course, email me. So you can always email techandtrack@hiram.edu. Now, finally, how do you publish and share? So if you go up here to share, you've got options for sharing. So what's cool about this is you can make it so that only specific people can see your site, your website. So maybe you just want to share it with your advisor or your instructor. Maybe you just want to share it with your peer groups. And then if you select that, you can just copy this. You could basically enter in their email addresses, and then only they can access it that way. Now you can also make it here in the middle, so those only in your organization, that is only in Hiram College, can view. Or indeed, you could also make it so they can edit. Probably for your purposes is just to view. Now the one I normally do is a public site, anyone with the link, and I copy the link, and then I just paste it into an email or on Moodle or wherever I want to submit it. And of course, you can set a password. There's advanced options as well. So Sway is super fun, really quick way of creating visually engaging websites quickly from your iPad or any device you want. You can see my Word document coming in here showing tables and other pages and so forth. This is just a brief introduction, how to access it, how to publish, how to edit, how to find templates, and how to share. Now, once again, if you are looking for more help, you can always reach me. Here's my email, monroegr@hiram.edu or techandtrack@hiram.edu. Thank you so much.